Write manifestos for creating real life change. Now, this is a very interesting technique to implement, and if you haven't implemented this already, for God's sake, get some manifestos written for your life, for all the endeavors in your life. So, this is really for any place in life that you want to set a standard. I really want you to strongly consider writing a manifesto. So you can write a manifesto for starting a new job, moving into a new place, starting a new hobby, starting a new business venture, starting a new personal development plan, a fitness plan, whatever really, whatever new project or chapter of life that you take on, write a manifesto for it. And this was this idea I first heard of from a post on actualize.org in his blueprint when it comes to writing manifestos. And basically it outlines, you want to outline your principles of how you want to operate. You want to outline what do you say to yourself when things get difficult. You want to outline, why you're doing it, what standards you're going to set. You need to outline what behavior is acceptable and what behavior is unacceptable. And you need to outline, consequences if you don't follow through with certain behaviors, whatever it is. What's important is that you set this standard for yourself where you don't let it slip. And one way of doing this is by putting it in writing. Even, there's all this science about, if you just write down your goals, then you're going to be able to manifest them quicker. You're going to be able to be more likely to manifest them because you put it in writing, because then you know if you're lying to yourself or not. And that's just it, right? And you can have this with a team, if you're moving in with a friend that's also interested to be on this journey of self-actualization, then write a manifesto for that household. So what's appropriate, behavior around the house, what's not appropriate. And you can do that for allocating chores or whatever, if you want to have your fitness goals or whatever. Put that all in the manifesto that you create for yourself. And I've noticed just using this technique has worked wonders for living at home and as well as working a job, and I can imagine it working well for any other project. If I want to write a manifesto for pickup, I can do that as well. Really just any project, especially when you're going to come through to some difficult times, that's going to be incredibly useful. So I want you right now to imagine what areas of your life that, if mastered, would really change, really change things, would really set the bar, would really make things a whole lot different. If you could just get this habit down, this habit, that habit stapled down, this habit, whatever it is, what is that for you? And then put that in your manifesto document. Whatever behaviors you just want to, it would be awesome if it was just a staple. That's what you put in your manifesto. And this is for whatever endeavor you're doing. Create consequences for yourself. Write, reasons why you started, why you need to continue, because, there's going to be projects that you're going to be on that you want to quit. And then you're going to have to read that section that you wrote for yourself as to why you shouldn't quit. And that will help you just a little bit more to stay on that path and to really lean in and look for a way in on these difficult projects and endeavors that you set out to go on in life. And this will massively assist you. Just another tool in the toolkit, really, is what this is. So yeah, values, principles, things to say when things aren't going well, standards you want to set, consequences if you don't get those standards met. And you can write other stuff as well, like protocols for certain situations or whatever the certain project requires. Put that in there as well. And this really just comes down to starting to be more intentional about your life. Actually taking conscious part in being the designer of your life and not letting your life just be something that is victim to the circumstances of your environment. Whether the manifesto be a direct guide to the environment or be a direct guide to how you act regardless of the environment. So you can also have your manifesto explicitly lay out how you will have your environment even laid out, just so you can self-actualize faster and have less resistance, and just set that standard. If you want to have a clean apartment, put that in your manifesto, that like this has to always be clean, no dish left in the sink, even stuff like that, because the smallest things matter. When you treat everything equally, where the smallest things matter, then you'll end up creating a habit where you just do everything with care and you won't half-ass anything. And that's a really good place to get to. That's a really good standard to set for yourself. To never be a half-ass motherfucker, to never just half-ass anything. And so I encourage you to try this on for whatever job you want to, ace, create a manifesto for yourself so that you can remind yourself how to, and you can always update this manifesto as well. But yeah, remind yourself how to act in accordance to what you promised yourself when you first got into it. Because the thing is that we can get lost, for example, in our work, and we can forget to bring that vigor, that energy, that oomph, that drive. And a document like that will just be a little nice reminder to kick ourselves if we aren't showing up to the table, bringing all we got, and just really committing to being our best selves. And so you can think of it as, we don't come into life with an instruction manual. And so what we have to do is we have to write these manuals for ourselves. And one way this occurs is we create these manifestos that we write. And as time goes on, you'll find what works, and you will edit it as you go. But if you can really take this one video to heart, you can radically change your life for the better, with whatever new endeavor or project that you choose. But you have to take this seriously. So if you really want to take this lesson seriously, for homework, I want you to write a manifesto for something. It could be with your personal development, with moving in with a friend. It could be with when you're starting a business. It could just be a manifesto of how you want to act in the day-to-day. Manifesto for how you want to show up for work, all of it. So with that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.